Good morning, everyone. It's Lynette with Charm Grammy Crochet. How are you today? This is a re-intro of my video. I don't know what happened to the intro. Apparently, it did not record. Um, so I just wanted to thank you all for joining me. We will be in the dining room for the video, but right now I'm on the couch. Went to edit, and there was no introduction, so that was kind of odd and strange. But this is Tuesday morning at the time of filming. And I have some happy mail, and oh, I hope that's in the video now. Oh dear. So the happy mail is from, one of the happy mails is from Gamma Kitty. So thank you so much, Billy, for that. And the other one is from Audrey, who I was supposed to meet up in Florida with Billy, the Crafty Floridian, and the Florida vacation that had got hurricaned out, I guess. So please enjoy that happy mail. I sure did. I want to thank you all for joining me in this video. And to any new subscribers, thanks for coming in. I hope you enjoy the video and come back again and again. And to all of my old-time friends, thanks for being here again and supporting my channel. I greatly appreciate it. So now let's get into the video. I better watch what did record and make sure I recorded what I wanted to record. Okay, this is a odd situation for me. It's never happened before, but we'll make it work. Okay, guys, thanks so much. I have not... Oh, well, that's odd. My camera started over. Okay, well, we got an intro, and now we got starting over. We'll be splicing this together. Hope it worked out okay. So I did get happy mail, and I hope there's a gift card in here because she told me that it was coming, and I went like a week later. It was a week later before I got it. So thank you. Oh, and it's purple. I love it. You know who you are because I have to look up your name again, and I'm so sorry. It's been a few days. It was a while before I could actually get to the post office box. But look at this. She got me a mini, oh, come on, get together. Here we go. A mini grabber. How cool is that? She said it would work very well in the car. I totally love this. I have grabbers. And it's purple. It's got the, that's a magnet on the end. How very awesome. Oh, look at this. So awesome. I have grabbers. I have one at the camper. I have one on the first floor and one on the second floor. We bought them when Roy had his knee surgery, and they just come in so handy. I'm like, how did we ever live our lives without these? But this is a miniature one, and she said it's great for in the car. We will be spending a great deal of time in the expedition come February 1st. So that is our just about planned escape date for our retirement traveling. And this will be awesome. I'll be able to reach things in the back seat, like my crochet bag, which wonderful. Thank you so very much. I love it. Then when I went there, surprise, surprise, there was another box. And I'm not going to attempt the last name that says on the outside of the box because that would be bad. I'm just trying to see, there should be like an easy pull tab or something on this little box. So this was happy mail I didn't know I was getting. Happy mail is always so fun. Don't feel obligated, specifically since soon when we move I won't really have a physical address to mail to for quite a while. If you don't know, we have a camper that we have permanently parked here in Ohio, and that camper, oh, press really to seal, but that camper we'll be spending the summers in, and we bought a second camper for traveling, and that camper we'll be spending the winter in this year, and hopefully we like it enough that we spend a couple of winters in this camper traveling the states. But this summer, as part of our travels, we are going to go to Alaska. And that being said, we will be on the road quite a bit this year. Okay, so there is a card, or an envelope, I mean a note. Let me just check this out real quick. Audrey. This is from Audrey in Florida, and thank you. My recovery is going very, very well. She had planned on giving this to me in Florida, but then, you know, that didn't happen. Oh, look at this pretty little box. Oh, let me get the tape off here. I love bright yellow. Oh, look at this. This is gorgeous. And it's got an elephant on it. Does she know me or what? How beautiful is that? Why, thank you so very much. I'm going to think it's like a keychain pole, or, you know, but I could also, I think, be a bookmark. Like, let this part hang out the side and this holds your place. That's gorgeous. So sparkly. I love sparkle. It's got a little angel on there. Oh my goodness, that is fabulous. Thank you so very, very much. I love it. Oh, I hope everybody gets one, because that everybody deserves one of those. That's so pretty. Thank you so very, very much, Audrey. I really do appreciate it. Happy Mail is always so fun. Oh, I got an itchy nose this morning. So I am drinking some coffee out of an elephant cup. Isn't that cute? Feels so good going down. I use my favorite coffee creamers. I don't do fancy coffees. Like, I think I bought coffee at Starbucks one time. We used to go after work when I was working till noon. There was a 4 a.m. till noon shift. And some of my friends and I worked together, and we got off at noon. And they would want to go to Starbucks and get coffee. I would just go with them. Starbucks coffee is too strong for me. I like my coffee very weak. And I don't even know how to order Starbucks coffee, if you want the truth. But we also used to go to Dunkin' Donuts, because they were both in Tower City Mall. Dunkin' Donuts, they would get coffee. I would get hot chocolate sometimes, or a donut. They always just got coffee. I'm like, we're at a donut place. Get a donut. But we don't do that anymore, because none of us work that shift, and none of us, only one or two of us still work there. Anyway, I do have a finished object. Now, I have a video that I'll put at the end of this conversation, because I don't think you know what, I'll do that last. I'll show you the finished object last, because I did also want to tell you, except I do have ends I didn't see yesterday. I have 2 ends to weave in, otherwise it's a finished object. Thank God I saw it. So remember, I made Chloe's boyfriend, and I used to call him the not boyfriend. Well, he is officially the boyfriend. And I did make him, at her request, a scarf, and then I made him a beanie to go with it. And I made it out of this puzzle yarn, and I still have 2 skeins out of 3 that were left. And I was watching Joe from Joe's Web. She put out a video yesterday or day before. I'll link it in the description box. I'll link her channel, and you can go check her out if you don't know her. If you do know her, go check out the last video, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But she made, she was working on in Zoom, and I saw it, and I loved it. And I think she called it a feather stitch. I don't know. It looks like cables, kind of, but they look like hearts. Well, at least to me, it looked like hearts when she was showing us what she was making. She was learning a new stitch, and I'm like, oh my God, that stitch is so pretty. I said, it almost looks like little hearts going up. And then she made a hat out of it, and I'm like, oh. So I thought, maybe I will take that pattern. she used 4-weight yarn. So I talked to her on Zoom last night, and I said, what do you think, how that would work up? Would it still show really good definition out of puzzle yarn? And she thought it would be fine. So I'm going to try it. She did everything in a solid color. And you know, puzzle it's variegated. So I hope it doesn't kill the stitch, but I think I want to make Chloe a hat and scarf. The hat that and I don't remember who the designer is. I don't remember the stitch. But if you watch Joe's, I have to go back and get the links from Joe's web. And I want to make that. Chloe's boyfriend, we're going to meet him for the first time coming up next month. He'll be in town. He's a busy boy. But he will be in town next month, and we get to meet him, and she had asked me if I would make him a scarf because he's going to be interning in the state of Washington, which is colder than Ohio, and he's from North Carolina, so he's not used to the cold so much. Well, except for the last 3 years that he spent here during school. So anyway, we're going to get to meet him, and I made him that scarf, and then I had extra yarn, so I made him a hat. And I thought, I love that stitch, and it's very feminine looking. Well, I guess it's pretty neutral, but I could see it. I could see Chloe wearing it. And in the neutral colors, they would have matching colors, but the patterns would be different. So I thought, oh, that'll be so cute and so fun, and I'm so excited to get started on it. I just want to dive in as soon as I'm done with this video. But I have to bake today, and so I needed to get this video up, recorded, and doing its, uploading thing and all of that, so that I can do the baking that I need to do or as much of it as I can get done today for Christmas. Not Christmas, Thanksgiving. I am in charge of making rolls, and I am making homemade cream puffs. Cream puff shells are made, but I have to stuff them. And I have to make the rolls. And that's a long process because if you've ever made homemade yeast rolls, they have to rise a couple of times and it takes a while. So that's the plan, is that I'm going to start the bread dough for the rolls and then fill the cream puffs while the dough is rising. And then hopefully I can cut the rolls, let them rise again, and maybe then I can crochet. That is going to be the reward, crocheting this hat and scarf I'm all excited about, and learning the new stitch. That's going to be the reward for being a good girl and doing my other chores first. So now my finished object. Let me get this thing out of the way. It's my walking stick. I can go a few, I can walk without it, but I walk with a limp without it. And I don't want to walk with a limp, so I use it. If it's just a step or two, I'll do without it. I'm steady, as far as that goes. But I don't want to walk too far without it because then I limp, and I don't want to get in the habit of a limp. I refuse to be a limper. Okay. So, I finished the Patriotic Blanket, the red, white, and blue. This is a pattern by Be Hooked. If you look up Warm Up America 2019, that's where you can get the pattern. I believe there's a tutorial, or at least a stitch tutorial, but that's where I found the pattern. I made this blanket in 2019 for Warm Up America, sent it away, and then I made it again. I made one, I think, for myself. I think I did. And then I think I gave it away too. I don't remember. But I've made at least 2, maybe 3 of these prior to this. And I just love it. Now, I'm going to show you what it looks like this. And if you see where I have I did, prior to starting this video, I recorded standing up, but getting up and moving the chair and all that, it's a pain in the rear end for me. So I wasn't going to do that during this video. So I made a little video clip of it in its entirety, where I was standing, and you could see maybe half of it. It's not huge, huge, but it does cover me from head to here, like when I'm sitting in the recliner. Um, and it's wide enough to like wrap around. So if he's gonna lay on the couch, uh, he will. I think he'll be able to, curl up and cuddle up in it. If they just want it as a like throw over a chair, that'll be fine. I am going to um, take a picture of it and put it at the end of the video. Take a picture of it laying on my couch, and you'll see what it looks like. But I have to clean off the couch. It's got my crochet stuff on it that I crocheted when I finished this last night, minus this one end right there. I thought I had them all. But anyway, this is what the stitch pattern looks like, depending on which way you want to make it go. It's supposed to look like kind of like it's, waving in the wind. And I just love it. I think it's a great, great pattern. And then you stabilize it with the border. And I did the border a little bit different than the way I remember her saying to do it, is just to, and I made the blanket a little bit wider and a little bit longer than what she had for Warm Up America. I just added more. It's worked in sections of 8, like this is 8 stitches across here. And so I just counted 8 more a couple times. And then I just made it, like, lay it out and make it. And Roy stood up and held it, and he said it was long enough. He's taller than I am, so then I could get a good look at the size, and I agreed with him. It was long enough. So then you start with the border. That when you start it, it ends here, and so you do like 8 or 10 rows, whatever it is, of border. Then you make the red and white sections, no blue, and then you do the other end border for the same amount of rows. Then you start here, and at the end of your border, and you make your side borders as a separate piece, but you crochet it on as you go. So she tells you to just space out whatever the number of stitches is across down all of these. I didn't want to get rid of this by crocheting stitches around it. There's 2 of these on either end, like just single stitches, and I didn't want to do it that way. So in between these rows of waves, there's a row to stabilize of single crochet. So I put 2 stitches kind of spaced a little bit, and these are like 5 single crochet height, well 6 and 1, so they're 6 high on the ends. So I did 1 in the single crochet, 1 right next to it, and then 5 chains, and then the next row I did 5 single crochet on those chains, so that it's not taking this stitch away by covering it up with the blue yarn. And I like the way that it attached that way. I like the way they attaching that way looks. So I think if and when I make this blanket again, which I wouldn't have a problem making it again, because I just love the finished product. I just think it is gorgeous. And so I would attach the side borders that way again. Now she says, from what I remember, you could do the side border in red, white, and blue stripe, but I like it this way. And I haven't tried it, like going a row of red, a row of white, a row of blue, a row, or anything like that. And that would be on the bottom too. Or you could, I even consider doing this and then going around with like an extra border, a border of the border of red and white. And I said, I'm not doing that. I just think it looks great this way. So that's what I'm doing. And I could see this. I don't know if it would be a good boggy blanket for Boggy Creek, because kids might not be gentle with these long strands. I don't know how durable it would be for kids to be like dragging it around on the floor. But I think it could be a fun pattern if you did it in multiple colors or something like that, rainbows or whatever. That could be a kind of fun pattern too because of the texture to it. But I don't know if it would be a really great blanket for a young child to play around with. But you could make it boggy size, very easily. Anyway, I have to sew these two in. So what yarn did I use? I'm going to hold those off where I can see them. So, because I looked and looked and looked last night and didn't find those until today. I mean, I just they're, everywhere you join color, but then I knew there was a place or two where I had joined the same color and had ends, and I thought I found them all. So all the yarn is Big Twist. And let me tell you how much I used. Just get the yarn out of here. So I had Big Twist Value in red. I think it's just called red. Deep red. I had 3 skeins of this. And these skeins are 380 yards, 6 ounces, which is 347 meters, 170 grams. Now, on the label, which one thing that's really nice about Big Twist, it tells you how many you need to make something. It says for a 50 by 60 inch blanket, you need 4 skeins. I don't know the measurements of that blanket. I didn't measure it, but it's kind of a different kind of design, so it might not be as true as this chart says. But I had started with 3 of these. I have not touched this one, and I have this much left of the second red. So I went through one complete and then this. Now, the way that I do my yarn scraps, I will put the label back on this, but like I would bag this together. I would store these two together and not consider this a scrap because it has a whole nother one to go with it. And you never know when you're going to play yarn chicken and you're like, oh, and then I use this in another project like to make an amigurumi, and now I'm going to run short when I could have used a different red scrap. So that's my yarn storage system for scraps. It didn't always used to be that way, but I learned because I played yarn chicken and then thought I just used that yarn. So when I have more of the same color, I just keep it together until I use it again, and I use up the scrap first and then go into the main scheme, particularly if it's something that's well, it's just the way that I do it. And then this would become the scrap if there's leftover. But then I don't have 2 scraps of the same color. So anyway, that's what I do. So I had 3 of those, and I'm telling you that because the other 2, the white and the navy, I found these big ones. These are value pound, and as you can see, they are 1,093 yards or 17.6 grams, 1,000 meters, 500 grams. And it's 100% acrylic, and this color is called navy. So I didn't know how much I would need, and I saw these on sale one day right when I was had been asked to make the blanket, and I thought, oh, this will be plenty. And it was more than enough. So this is what the skein looks like now that I have used from it, and that's how much of that one I have left. And I also bought the white, and so out of this is what one of those 1 pound whites look like now that I'm done. And but it's like 2, almost 2 complete probably skeins, because it would be the same amount. No, I used more white than I used red because it started and ended in white. So I did do one more white section than I did red sections. So this probably would have used 2 skeins, I'm going to say. Maybe more than 2 skeins. of white yarn. So I'm glad I had the 1 pounder because that made it really easy. You know, there was just, it was nice. I did also work on, Amanda had an emotional support chicken that she started a while ago, and she never finished it. So when I got done doing this blanket and weaving in all the ends, I thought, oh, I'm going to work on her emotional support chicken. She's coming over tomorrow, and I thought maybe I will get it done. And so I have the body done. She almost had it done. She only needed like, I don't know, 2 or 3 rounds. And now it's time to fill it and make the face. And I don't want to do that without her because she really likes doing the face. Like you do like a hat, not a hat, the top comb. I guess it's really a man. Maybe it's really a rooster. I don't know, but then you can make a gobbler. I don't know, what do they call that? A gobbler? I don't know, whatever it is. But you put beaks and eyes, and you decorate it with hair. You know, that's like the hair. And she has specific ideas in her mind as to what the yarn is going to be when it's done. The chicken name, she picked out yarn saying, oh, this will be Abraham Lincoln, and this will be, you know, whatever, as she picked out yarn when we were shopping together one day for emotional support chicken yarn, because it was on sale. I said, oh, come up and meet me at Joann's, which is 5 minutes from her house, and because I'm going to buy yarn. And she wanted all these emotional support chickens. We didn't get them all done, and that was fine. But anyway, this one is almost done, and I'm going to force her to do it, to finish the face. I'll make her do the face, because I know that she had a specific idea in mind for how she wanted it to look. And I know that if I finish it, it won't be right. Let's just go with that. If I do it, it won't be the right thing that she had in mind. Not that she would complain. She'd be happy that I did it, but I think she would be happier if she does it. And it won't take her long, so she can do that, and we can still have game night tomorrow, like her and Chloe are planning. So that's my tomorrow evening, and I'm all excited for that, and I'm all excited for this new yarn project I want to start. I know. I said when I was done with this, I'm gonna concentrate on the Cat's Meow blanket, and I am. But this was a long project. It did take me probably, there's, when you make this, you get this row of the weave, and then you do this double crochet or single crochet row to like stabilize everything and hold it together. To do those 2 rows would take me about an hour. And then, you know, inevitably I would skip a stitch and have to pull some of it out. At one point I skipped a whole lot of stitches by accident, and I had to pull out like 4 hours worth of work. So that being said, I mostly concentrated on this, except for my washcloths from the Wipeout washcloth thing from Laura, Mimi's Crochet and Farming. And I didn't even do hooker versus hooker in October because I was concentrating on this blanket, and I had surgery. So, or November. The thing for your hands, that's for this November. I didn't do that. I did have surgery though, so that counts. And we did, you know, close up 2 campers, and it was a busy month for me. So I mostly worked on this because, you know, during the narcotic stage of my surgery, I wasn't doing a lot of anything except staring at blank walls. So my voice got so hoarse. There we go. So anyway, I kind of want something that's going to be fun and fast. And the Cat's Meow is single crochet. Well, no, it's a knotted half double crochet. It's not a big stitch. It doesn't go real fast. Actually, it goes quite slow. And I want something that's going to be fun and exciting, and I'm going to do that. That's all there is to it. I'm going to do that. And then I will, you know, work on the Cat's Meow. But until then, oh, I don't want to lose my stitch that I need to fix. There it is. So that's what I have for you today. Again, thank you so much for my happy mails. I am so appreciative. Yay, yay, yay. I love it, love it, love it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for liking, watching, subscribing, all those things. Do all the things. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. So here it is. You can look at it. Well, maybe I'll bring the camera down a little. And you can see it better. So, oh, I found a string I missed. Well, this is the sideways view. I guess the flag would go, well, it doesn't really matter. But this is all four sides of it. I can't get the whole thing in at one time because it's a little bit bigger than that. And so there you go. That kind of gives you the idea of what it looks like. It's done. And let me be done with that part.